So, yeah, this happened. Yep, that fucking happened. It's been a good 20 miles per hour since about midnight yesterday. Yesterday, it got up to 30 miles an hour. The awning came down, all the insulation to try to keep it cold, that came down. It was only going 12 miles an hour yesterday when before this happened. It was in the morning, it was slowly building, but it'll get windy around here, but it won't get that windy. So I had the awning up, I had all my insulation up, and then I checked the thing, right? It's like 15, 16 miles an hour. I decided, well, I'll just watch YouTube or whatever. So it it I hear this loud crash and this crack and this bang, and I look out and it's just like the whole fucking thing is down. And it's not just, I mean, it's not just down. The whole thing where it connects to the damn motorhome, it just ripped. It just completely fucking ripped. All day yesterday, I've been in here all day. All fucking week. It's all I do is I fucking sit in here. It's just like I could be in Pasadena right now. I could be taking classes. I could be doing the stand-up comedy thing. Living in the RV, it'd be difficult, but it would be somewhat sustainable. This is not sustainable. The fucking air conditioners, the one for this section of the RV, the air conditioner doesn't work that well. I don't even think if it works. And the one in the bedroom, it works it works okay, but it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, hide in the bedroom all day, every day? I mean, sure, I've got food, I've got water, I've got books, I've got stuff, but it's really killing me to be here. I've just been really depressed about a lot of stuff lately. I've got these like legal problems in California looming over me. I've got uh, no job here. I've got my money. I'm only getting a third, if even that, of what I was getting in California. So it's not like I can. I got lazy. I got relaxed. I thought, oh, things will be better. What I fucking should have did immediately. Um, I should have immediately did when I came back last July. I should have immediately just fucking started working, get the motorhome roadworthy. But I didn't, and it's like now I'm paying for it, or at the very least save up for a car. But I didn't, and now I'm paying for it. So and it's so fucking depressing. And in the wind, it's been doing. I mean, it's slowed down to 20 miles an hour after midnight, but it's still 20 miles an hour. You can fucking hear it. All the trees, like, it's a fucking mess. It's just a mess. I mean, I can put an AC unit in. That's not the problem. The problem is I'm wasting my fucking life by being here. And the fucking family drama, that bullshit. I'll show you. I'll show you what is going on with this. 20 miles an hour. Got up to 30 miles an hour today or yesterday, and it just fucking ripped it off. And it's just, I don't get it. I don't get it why people are using everything. Like, I mean, even this, there's going to be people watching this, and it's not because they care about me. It's because they're looking for an opportunity to hurt me. I mean, I just don't get it. You know, even when I was a little kid, I was friendly. I would reach out to people. I would do everything I could to make people happy and be civilized and be polite and well mannered, etc. And just the constant negativity. I would be met with either hostility or deception. It's like I sit here and I rack my brain. That stuff just goes over and over and over and over and over. It's a thought loop, and it's like, what did I do? Did I do anything? Because I'm constantly told nobody is ever anybody else's fault. It's all me. I have these magical powers that make other people treat me like shit. You know, so nobody else is responsible for anything. In fact, I'm supposed to suffer for the sins of others like I'm fucking Jesus. I don't know. It's like I look at what's happening on YouTube with politics and everything like that, and I see things happening to other people that happened to me 5-6 years ago. And it's like I see exactly where the society is heading. I see exactly where it's heading. We're either going to get some kind of weird socialism or we're going to get some kind of weird fascism. But either way, it's going to be authoritarianism. Either way, it's going to be people, you know, beaten down by the people who demand to be masters of other people. That's basically how it's going to be. It's just bizarre because I feel like I was the test subject. I feel like people, or even dare I say a force, said, okay, we'll try it with this guy, and if we can succeed, we succeed with all these people, you know, let's use these as test subjects and see if our methods work, and they work. You know, the narrative is that I'm a monster. The narrative is that I have to be hurt. The narrative is that I have to be crushed. The narrative is I have to be watched like some kind of criminal, where everybody else is the good guy and I'm the bad guy. And no matter what I do, and it's like Molyneux was talking about this in a video yesterday with Joy Reid, and it's like it's the thing about it is psychopathic people, when they hurt someone, they automatically think that that person's going to take revenge because that's what they would do. They look at their own actions and then extrapolate their actions out into other people. It doesn't click in their minds, oh, wait, not everybody's like this. Oh, wait, this person is not like this. Because they're psychopaths. They're highly narcissistic. I've always had such high empathy, and yet for others, and yet I've never gotten, you know, where's empathy for me? Where's forgiveness for me? Where's any kind of compassion for me? I have people screaming at me to be nice to other people, and yet these very same people will do and are still doing everything they can to hurt me. You know, Molyneux was talking about in his video, he's like, you know, when somebody's trying to hurt you, you have the right to hurt them back. And that's very true. But it's like, I don't have any power. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to be left alone. I want these people to leave me alone to live my life. And yet we see in society, we see, not just in our own lives, but the lives of other people, even in the media. We see this attitude by people that, you know, you have people who want to claim ownership of another person's life, not just their labor. Not it's not even slavery. It's more blood sacrifice. No, it just doesn't make any sense to me that the world is filled with this kind of darkness. It doesn't. There's no. It's needless suffering. It's needless. Those kinds of people are not just my problem. See, that this is where a lot of people are making the mistake. They think it's all about me. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I've never said it's all about me. I'm not some narcissistic little fuck, although I'm sold by other people as being one. Where's the compassion? Where's the understanding? I want justice. I want ethics. Where is justice? Where is ethics? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter to people. Just because you can be ethical and still have bad things happen to you. We have this myth in society that, oh, if you're good things will happen to you. Where's the fucking ethics? Was it ethical for me to come back to Nebraska? Recorded history goes back a good, I think, 20,000 years, right? Something like that. Oh, I know somebody will correct me on that and try to shame me and humiliate me. Corky thinks we have 15,000 years of recorded history. He's a retard. Somebody, and see, this is what bugs me about social media partially. People will sit there and they'll act like their problems are their problems alone and that nobody else on earth has had their problems. And they're looking for pity. I explain, yes, the problems I'm having are also other people's problems, and I'm called a narcissist. Whatever. I guarantee you, there's a hell of a lot of people on this planet who would love to have the problems I'm having right now. And I guarantee you there's another large group of people whose problems I would love to have. Oh, my BMW has a flat tire and my triple A can't get here for another hour. God, I'd love that problem. Meanwhile, some person in fucking Cairo is starving to death because they can't get any money to buy food. They'd love to have my fucking problems. And if I went to Mexico, like if I took everything I have, right, and I have like $1,000, I had it filled with food and water and all that stuff, and I just went to Mexico for a week, I'd be seen as a very, very rich man. I would. I'd be seen as a very rich person. I try to park this thing down Venice Beach, California. I'd be lowest status. So, we know it's all about status and we have different status. And most people, they want to pretend that everybody is their similar status. So they sit there and they make the claim that, okay, my level of status is what's normal and higher status. Well, because I can't get there, I'm going to say that they're evil and deceitful and they're doing bad things. And if somebody's lower status than I am, well, they're just lazy. Right? I'm not going to sit there and and this is most people. They're going to sit there and they're going to think, oh, I'm at the level of normal. Maybe I can go up a little bit. Maybe I can go down a little bit, but I'm normal. I'm average, right? I'm just like everybody else. And they go to another country or even another city, and it's just like, boom, no, you're not normal. You're your safe little enclave, your safe little society within a society, right? You go to a church, that's a society within a city. That's a society within a, and the city is a smaller society within the state, and then within the country, and then within the planet. And people don't fucking realize this. They just fucking don't. And it's just amazing to me how I can sit there and I can talk about these problems that are not just my problems. They're global fucking issues with our society, and I've got people doing everything they can to silence me. And it's funny because it's like even 5 years ago, I was talking about this kind of thing. I was talking about I'm being silenced. This is happening. That's happening. Blah blah blah. I was told, "Shut up, Corky. It's just you. It's just you. And because it's just you, we can ignore you or torment you or ridicule you." No, it's not just me. You can see people like Tim Pool, Steven Crowder, Styx Hexenhammer, Molyneux, Joe Rogan, even all these people on alt media shouting, "Hey, they're censoring us. Hey, they're using dirty tactics. Hey, it's like they're sounding the alarms. They're sounding the alarms." And I'm like, it happened to me first, folks. Happened to me first. And I'm not like, subject zero, obviously, patient zero or whatever. But yeah, it kind of happened to me a lot sooner than it happened to all the other people. You know, it's just it. That's reality, and we know this. We fucking know this. My enemies even kept a record of their fucking victories, and we can see how it happened. And it was horrible, shitty people were allowed to make a claim on my life. I mean, I just don't fucking get that. How is it somebody puts a claim on on somebody else's life? Even if I had a kid, I would not sit there. I'd be like, yes, I'm supposed to take care of my child. I'm the guardian of my child, but I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to be like, I own you. It's because that's stupid. But yet we have people who are total fucking strangers coming into your life, coming into my life, and saying, in the name of government or in the name of God or the name of my feelings, I claim your life as mine to take. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, what the hell? And you're not even being allowed to fucking fight back. It's just so bizarre. I've never understood people. If that's the case, I've really never understood them. Why do I have so much empathy and kindness? Why do I just want to let people live their lives and I want them to leave me alone to live mine? And why I want to negotiate and why I want to cooperate and why I want to, interact and work with people and all that other kind of stuff. Meanwhile, the vast majority of people around me are fucking walking around like they're goddamn predators, waiting to fucking rip out the throat of whoever's next to them. And it's not projection, folks. It's not projection. I can tell you dozens of stories of it not being projection. And I'm talking, former coworkers. I'm talking people in different churches. I'm talking classmates. I'm talking, my earliest memories are just of people sitting there treating me like absolute shit and just like treating me in a hostile manner, even though I'm coming to them with an olive leaf saying, let's let's have peace. And they're coming at me with claws going, it's like, how do you square that fucking circle? How do you square that? I mean, are people so damaged that they absolutely have to fucking have a god to pray to so they don't fucking do bad shit? Is that the only way to get? And you can tell people, even if you give them laws and rules, they're still going to break them because there's still a segment of the population who's going to fucking, sociopaths, we call them, but they're still going to be like, they're going to want to do what they want to do, and they're going to want to break the law and do all kinds of stuff and just figure out how to get away with it, how to avoid the consequences of their actions. They're not even thinking right or wrong. They're just thinking, what's good for me and how do I avoid the consequences? They don't even think of it in moral terms. My big problem is I'm constantly thinking about ethics. I'm constantly thinking about morals. Why else do I have all the books on psychology and philosophy and spirituality and religion and all this stuff? It's like I'm trying to figure out what's moral, what's ethical, what's right. And I look around me and I see most people do not care about morals or ethics. It's just about power. But the minute that I do something like them, the minute that I start to seek power, they fly into a fucking rage. They scream, they cry, they weep, they gnash their teeth. You know, they seek to commit evil. They want me to be the fucking blood-soaked sacrifice while they get the fucking treasure. And these fucking promises by the state, these promises by religion. Oh, if you give us your life, we promise you we'll give you some crumbs. Oh wait, that's not the promise, but that's how they act like. They promise you heaven. Just pray, do a little prayer. Just do a little prayer, you'll get heaven. Oh, just obey the law, and the state will love you and care about you. I did all that. I did all that. First 30 years of my life. And I argued for ethics. I argued for religion. I kept getting smacked, just beaten down. Every time I would turn around and say to the person preaching ethics, when they did something, I'd be like, hey, you're not being consistent. Boom! Hey, you're not being ethical. Boom! I didn't fucking get it. I thought I was helping. I thought I was actually helping. I thought they wanted to be better. I thought they cared about ethics as much as I do. I thought they cared about that. And they don't. And they never did. And it's really painful to see that in society. The wind is just. Here, I'll show you my. I don't think all my mirrors saw the going on. There you go. Oh, check out that fail. Check out that cringe. It's fail. It's ultimate fail. See, nobody even wants to watch talk about ethics. Nobody wants to watch me talk about how to solve the problem. They don't care. No. I later in the day I heard this crash, this really loud fucked up sound. I look out, my awning is fucking ripped. It just where it connects to the thing, it just rips. Fozzie, like for example, Alfonso actually has my respect. Because at least he openly fucking admits he's a psychopath who wants power. I mean, he fucking admits it. He's not like these people in churches who go, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. And I help you become semi-successful. And it's just how to screw somebody over. I'm so fucking sick of it. And then I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, just waiting for the predators to strike. They know exactly where I am. They're just circling. Circling. And the way I wanted to extrapolate this on the world, and I know a lot of times people, the battles they fight in childhood end up being the battles they fight in adulthood, and I get that completely, and I know that's what I'm doing. So it's like we've got authoritarianism on both sides. We've got the tyrannical father, we've got the devouring mother, right? We've got socialism and we got fascism. Both are authoritarian. And that's what we're facing in our society today. We don't have healthy men. We don't. I'm not one of them. Do you think this fucking looks healthy? Do you think it looks healthy? Does it look healthy to be living in a fucking RV that I can't fucking drive at the moment? Does it look healthy? No, it's not healthy. Is it healthy to have somebody claiming your life as their property and then destroying your reputation, or trying to get the state, the ultimate tyrannical father, to basically throw you into a cage? These are this. I mean, it's sickness. It's sickness. It's disease, and the entire fucking world is dealing with these energies, and people don't want to fucking see it. My mother sits there and I say, "Can I borrow your car to go to the store? Can I start, doing this? She's like, "No, it's dangerous." I'm like, "I know how to drive. I've been driving for quite some time. I'm a good driver." And so it's just, but it's a method of control. It's, "Oh, I'm worried about your safety." No, you're not. It's a method of control. Close enough to micromanage, but far away enough to where you don't inconvenience them. That's how a lot of people are. Just like in prison, right? I mean, it's like you sit there and the guards want to have just enough. They want to be in arms reach, right? So they can fucking do what they want to you, but they want to be able to be like not suffering the consequences of their actions, and they want the control. They don't want the responsibility. God forbid they have the responsibility. And the only way they're going to give the inmates or the slaves or whatever any responsibility is if it's passive responsibility, right? So if the master says, "My coffee's cold. It's a slave's fault. Bring me a slave to attack." Right? It's like and then they go to the slave. "My coffee is cold. Ah." Now, a man's response to that would be, "Why is that my fucking problem? It's your coffee. You need to take ownership of it." They don't want to take ownership of anything, of any consequences of their fucking actions. They want the benefits and the rewards and the power. They don't want any of the cost, right? They don't want the cost. They've looked at the cost benefit, and if they can get something for free, they want that thing for free, but they want all the reward, right? They want the money, but they don't want to work for it. They want the prestige, but they don't want to actually practice the ethics. And that's pure authoritarianism. And I mean, it's like I look at some people like fucking Von Holton on fucking YouTube. He fucking terrifies me. He terrifies me, not because he as an individual is terrifying, but you can see that he was not able to kill the dragon, so to speak. The God, I hate this. It's so fucking windy. Because like with the old myth, right? Tiamat versus Marduk, right? Marduk is the male energy. It's orderly. It puts things into order. Tiamat is this giant dragon, just nothing but chaos, 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 chaos. And Marduk has to kill Tiamat. I'm not sure if it's to bring order to the world or create the world, but it's basically, well, when you bring order to the world, you do create the world. Um, and I'm sure somebody will misinterpret what I'm saying, and it's just that's another thing. The problem is it's this narrative. It's this, and Molyneux talked about it in his video yesterday about Joy Reid. It's this attitude of, okay, we authoritarians, we Marxists, we know what you're thinking, we know what you really feel and what you really believe, and we're gonna punish you. And you're like, "I haven't said anything." You don't have to say anything. We know what you're thinking. We know your intentions. We know all about you. We know you better than you know yourself, and we're gonna punish you for being bad. You're standing there like, "I haven't done anything. I've been a good little obedient slave." "No, you haven't, because we know better, because we're Marxists." It's like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I mean, this is how so many people are. They assume the intention, and they do project.
That one fucker in LA, I mean, constantly, you're selfish, you're sinful, you're evil, you don't care about anybody else, and blah blah blah. It's like, no, motherfucker, that's you. That's you. You're projecting your shit on me. And the thing of it is the authoritarian, both tyrannical father and devouring mother, need you to be the problem and them to be the solution. Because if they're the problem, they can't handle that. They're not going to look within themselves. They're not going to know themselves. They're not going to, they're not going to be, they don't have the self awareness that somebody like I have. Like, I'm nice to someone. I get attacked and I'm confused. I'm like, wait, what the hell just happened? I self attack because I'm like, did I do something wrong? But not these authoritarian types. They do, somebody does something they don't like, right? They feel attacked. They don't think, oh, did I do something wrong? No, doesn't even for a second cross their mind. All they know is, oh, I've been attacked. I have to fight back. And it's always the escalation, always the escalation. You see it in religion with the Old Testament deity. You see it with the state. It's just this you can see it with enemies within your own life. They get a little power over you. God damn it, what is with this nose here? Oh, sorry. Fuck. I really fucking hate this fucking situation. They want to escalate because it's like it's like you're driving and you cut somebody off in traffic accidentally, and what do? They follow you home and want to smash your car and total your car, and you're like, why did you do this? Well, you cut me off in traffic. You almost killed me. And this is how authoritarians are, whether they're on the right or the left. Anything somebody else does that they don't like, they feel like they're gonna die. They feel like they're gonna die. Oh, somebody said something I don't like. Ah! I mean, it's just they have this existential fear of death that they don't want to fucking confront within themselves. They'd rather sit there and complain and act like it's everybody else's fucking fault. I really wish I felt like doing this at night. Then I'd probably have a lot more people watching. I haven't done any fucking like occult videos. I haven't done anything that I've enjoyed. I've just like turned this thing on and fucking talked because I'm so fucking desperate for company. And there's no empathy, and I'm sure I have enemies watching this who are just fucking gleefully smacking their lips as they, as their feet run to evil, their feet run to wickedness, their bloodlust. It's like, what do you do with that? How do you defeat that? How do you defeat the tyrannical father in people? How do you defeat the devouring mother? You see it in the 8 stages of civilization. I forget the author, but it's along the lines of hard times create strong men create good time create weak men create hard times. Right now, we've got a shitload of weak men, and the hard times are coming. And it's not all men, obviously, but it's like you have too many men in power who are basically little boys who are worried about power and status and feeling good than actually building civilization. And it's funny because I got people screaming at me that I'm not a real man. Well, I have a genetic disorder, I have an endocrine disorder, and I do what I can to fix that. And then also, I was raised by a single mother for my most formative years, a single mother. And I know there's exceptions to the rule, but most men raised by single mothers do not know how to deal with women, do not know how to build society because they're. It's not even that they're too worried about how to. It's not that they're obsessed with their feelings. It's that they don't know how to. They don't know how to manage them. Because the thing of it is that the devouring mother energy. It's very passive. It's very passive. Just sit there and let your life waste away. It's very passive. And the tyrannical father, it's very active, but it's always in the act of destruction. And it's not destroying so something can be created. It's just the purpose of destruction because, they're feels. They're fucking feels. Authoritarians are very emotional because once you dehumanize somebody, you can do whatever you like to them. I've been dehumanized. I mean, I have literally been dehumanized to the point where if somebody blew my brains out in public, there wouldn't be much of a fuss. People would say, "Oh, he deserved it." The person might get some jail time for the purpose of keeping up pretenses, but that's all it would be is pretense. That's all it would be, and they know this. They genuinely, honestly know this. Chat is quiet because everybody else is at work or school. And I'm sitting here like some kind of fucking knickknack on a fucking shelf. I'm just some. I'm. It's like I'm the. It's like I'm one of those fucking, elf on a shelf Christmas fucking ornaments. You know. And in Teal Swan, sorry, one of her last videos, she talked about how a lot of people have children for the wrong reasons, and it's because they want, they want a live doll, they want a pet, they want something that's going to give them feedback. I think the big problem that I have with the system, and I'm not saying it's the only problem, but I think a lot of it is the fact that this society lies. It's all built on lies. We're gonna sit there and we're gonna sit there and we're gonna listen as a child. We're gonna sit there and listen to the state and the church tell us it's all about ethics. It's all about ethics. And then you get to be an adult and you're like, hopefully you learn it sooner rather than later. Oh no, it's not about ethics. It's about domination and power. And religion and ethics and all that stuff is just it's just a lie. I feel like I'm about done. If I because I don't know what more to say, and I don't want to fucking try to make it too. I want to make these enjoyable. Maybe I'll do one tonight. I don't know. I'm just like so fucking sick of this shit. I can't. Um, this is not healthy. This is not healthy.